Or if you don't, I actually wanted to tell you, there's a way you can make your own cream eyeshadows and bases. This is, you can go pick this up mostly like at any like Halloween store or costume store. By Kryolan or Mayron make them, and they also make one with a sparkly white. You can mix that with any color shadow and you can make your own cream eyeliner or cream eyeshadow. So that's just something that you can do if you don't have a product. You don't really need to have everything. There's things that you can do to make your own. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this because it's easy. And I'm going to start off by following the V of my inner corner. I don't want to go out too much. I just want to follow this inner corner here and under. Okay, we're going to do our waterline last because I don't want to get it dirty with mascara or liner or anything like that. Okay, so this, I'm just lying down. You can see how bright and gorgeous and pretty that looks. So just follow that natural V. And you could drag it a little bit underneath the waterline as well. Okay, after we do that, actually, you know what? I think we're going to do our liner. So go ahead and grab your favorite. I would do a gel liner or cream liner for this. I think it's just easier to work with. And if you have a script brush, it's a brush that looks like this. As thin of a brush that you can. You can use a small angled brush, but if you aren't comfortable with it, I would go ahead and get a brush as thin as you can, something that looks like this. Now, we're going to just start lining our upper lash line. So get a little bit on the tip, not too much because I kind of want to make it smoky on the top. And we're just going to go ahead and start our wing. Now the way to start this wing is start where like your eyelash would come out. And just pull up. And then drag in. And we're going to line the lid to about the middle of the lashes, like so. So you should get something that looks like this. Can you see? See, it's hard for me too because I'm looking in a mirror over here and you guys are up here, so I really hope that I'm in frame. Okay, so you're going to flick. You don't want it too thick. See, I just made it a little too thick. Okay, so just get your wing and just like so. You might want to flick it out just a little tiny bit more. Okay, so now that we got our upper wing looking pretty good and dragging out towards the side, I just started, I had the phone ringing, okay, I started to do the bottom line. So what we're going to do, the best way to do this I find is to keep your eye closed, okay, and just follow your natural lash line. And if you feel uncomfortable, you could use a shadow and do this first, but small strokes you should be just fine. And you want to make this, I guess you would say, parallel. See like how a shadow already is forming for my lash? That's what you want to look for. So you just want to close your eye and bring this out parallel to that top wing. So you should have a little something that looks like this. Okay? Now, you could either go back in what's left and fill in between the lashes. Just be very careful to avoid the waterline because that's what we want to look really bright. And next thing that we're going to do is we are going to grab a flat eyeliner brush, something that looks like this. This one's by Stila. And you could dip either into that silver that I showed you from the Revlon quad or that Yayo white eyeliner pencil. I'm going to use this because that's what I used on this eye. And this is the fun part. We're going to drag this in between, coming from the inner corner, the outer corner of your eye between the two lines, and we're going to make drag marks. And that's okay. We want that. That's what looks so pretty and cool and interesting. And drag it in all different directions. Does not by any means have to be perfect. Okay, so we should have something that looks like this. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in with more of that that shimmery pretty color from the Warm palette, and we're gonna just deepen up the crease a little bit. And we're going to do a little drop shadow on the bottom of the lower lash line. Okay, so we're going to just smudge this line out a little bit because we don't want it to really look too much like a line. Because I noticed in the picture that she has, it doesn't really look so much like a line. It's more smudged out. Plus I like it better like this anyway. Okay, so you could just drag and pull it up towards the lash line. Do what you gotta do to blend it out. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip back into that pretty shimmery pewter shadow in the Warm palette. I'm gonna start doing a little drop shadow underneath the lower lash line. And how I do this is I do little circles, little X's, and I pull it down. And I'm only going into about where my pupil is. And that gives you that like gorgeous shimmery smolder. You probably can't see it because of the shadow, because of the lighting in here, but it looks really, you'll see it in the pictures. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to get a flat shader brush, and we're going to go into that floof, and we're going to go over this inner corner in the shape of a V. Just follow the natural shape of the eye. Now if you feel like, see, I like this color because even though it's so shimmery, it still doesn't look like glitter bomb. But if you feel more comfortable, you can go ahead and use something like Benefit Eye Bright and line your eye with that, and then go over it with like a satin shadow or even a matte shadow. Just play around and find what works best for you. Okay, so after we go over that inner corner, just gonna drag it and pat it a little bit more over here. And then I'm gonna go right over where we made those little streaks. I always put a little underneath. I think it looks cute. So here, this is what we have going on. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna line our inner waterline with that pencil. And if, like I said, if you don't have that pencil, work with what you do have, and just play around with your makeup. There's a lot you can do with it. Okay, so just get that waterline lined. I go in, I like to smear mine out. I think it makes it stay longer and last longer. And then I go over and I'm going to set it with the floof. And how I do that, just grab a flat shader brush, dip in the tips. If you wear contacts, avoid this. If you don't, it's okay. It might feel odd at first, but it really will let your waterline stand the test of time. The makeup on your waterline, excuse me. Okay, so this is the look we have going on. Next thing we gotta do is we're gonna do our highlight, our brow highlight. Now, just go in with a color close to your skin tone. Since I have out my 88 Warm palette, I'm going to pick one in here. And for me, that would be the third one down, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one over, and the second one mixed. See that cut? It's just ruining my whole look. It's ruining my whole day. It's ruining my whole everything. You can just go blend out any harsh edges. You can even clean up the bottom a little bit. Okay, so that's basically the look. Now we want to go in and do our mascara. So grab your favorite mascara. Okay, so the trick is here with the mascara is we want to drag down the lower lashes. You want to really get the outer upper lashes. Very important. Okay, and really try to pull them out to the side for a cat looking effect. Now if you have falsies and you want to put them on, or you want to do halves, you can even cut your own lashes in half. I would suggest doing that. I'm not a lash wearer. I'm constantly putting them on clients and whatnot, but I don't wear them. The only time I think I wear lashes is on Halloween. Pull them down, just make sure you get this outer lash, because that's what's really going to give you that really cool effect. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do our bottom lashes.